Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back. We have a new piece of technology for you today. This was sent to me by an Amazon company called TaNix, and it's an Android TV box, and this one has 4 gigs of DDR memory in it and 64 gigs of eMMC storage. So you guys know about Apple TV and that sort of thing. Same idea apparently. Anyways, so they asked me to check it out and review it for them, and so let's take care of the unboxing part first and see what it all comes with. So this thing does have Ethernet and Wi-Fi, HDMI output. Looks like we got 2 USB ports on this thing. Oh, that's kind of cool. And SPDIR port. Oh, have to go through the manual. Okay, TaNix TV box. So we do have a user's manual. So that's an AV port on the back. Of course, it doesn't say AV on there. It says SPDIR, but they call it AV in the manual. Ethernet, HDMI, power supply, USB. They're showing a TF card reader port. We do have a micro port, micro memory card port. So the instructions on the box are kind of a little funny. Shows an optical port in the manual, but not on the box. Okay. Definitely don't take too much out of the manual, because it's not completely accurate. Troubleshooting. Supposed to be simple setup. A little bit of information on the warranty. Parts and labor warranty for up to 12 months from the date of the original purchase from authorized retailer or distributor. Warranty does not cover second-hand use or from unauthorized sellers. Damage results from misuse and abusive actions. Damage resulted from chemical, fire, radioactive, substance, poison, liquid. Damage result from natural disaster. Damage caused by third-party person, object, and beyond. No returns will be accepted without seller authorization. Okay, we get that idea. And of course we got a couple other English languages in here. We got French and Manuel del... well, I can't even pronounce that. It's got to be Spanish or something. I don't know. Anyways, so we got a few different languages in here. Thank you for choosing TaNix devices. In order to make you satisfied with our service, we'll provide you 12-month warranty from date of purchase. Okay, we get that. Alright. So, we have a power supply. I'm going to have to find a spot to plug this into. I think I might have a port open on the back of my stereo. HDMI cable, which actually I'm not even going to open this right now because I'm going to actually use the HDMI off my DVD player. And we do have a remote control. Alright. And we take, looks like two AAA batteries, which you're on your own for. You gotta get your own batteries. Okay, so we are going to move this video over to the TV, so instant for you, and we'll show you how to hook this thing up, and we'll play around and see what this little thing does. So, instant for you. Alright, so let's start plugging stuff in. I'm going to need my HDMI port from my TV. Power supply. Now this does have Wi-Fi, so I'm probably going to have to put in my password. TaNix boot. System loading. English, definitely. Time zone. We need -5. What's our time zone?
Yeah, it should be -5.
What time zone? Like Greenwich Mean Time, Eastern Standard?
Eastern Standard.
How many countries are on this thing? Holy cow. Well, there's enough countries on here. It's doesn't look like it's covering us. Well, okay, so we'll forget that time zone thing, because that's not going to help us out. Next, display. Yeah, looks good. Network. Wireless network is not connected. Can be connected with the following methods. Wireless. Oh, this is going to be probably one of those guessing game things for numbers. Let's try. Oh, cool. Alright. I'll put in my password and then I'll be right back. Instant for you. Okay, so apparently we're connected. So now we got to figure out what we're doing next here. Let's try home. Okay. Next. Finish. Home. There we go. So we got YouTube, we got Netflix. Alright, let's go to YouTube. I can play one of my own videos and not have to worry about YouTube getting on me for this. So YouTube. We don't have Netflix, so, and with the amount of bandwidth it sucks up, not gonna happen. And our internet is slow actually, so please be patient, guys. Okay, skip. I'm not signing in on this thing for that. Okay, so we are going to search. There we go. Kevy's RC and music. That would be me. 20,000 subscribers. Woohoo! Alright, let's play my most recent gun video. I think I might have to turn the volume down though. Oh, skip ads. Great. Now, how do I skip the ad? I think that's it. Yes! We have TV. Hey guys, what's up? Alright, so we've got the Diana Trail Scout out today, and we're going to do an upgrade on the cap O-ring for you guys. So this is one of my videos on comes with a bunch of extra doing a cap O-ring on a Diana gun. One of them is likely going to be for your valve itself, which is this smaller fat one. And then you've got okay, so if we hit the back button, voila! Okay, so we can scroll through probably all my videos, maybe. I got a ton of stuff on my channel. I got probably over 3,000 videos. Oh yeah, we got tons. So this is like everything on my channel. I bet you we could keep going at this for hours. Okay, so let's hit the back button again. So now we can just go back up again, hit search, and we can search out somebody else's YouTube channel, that sort of thing. You know, go watch movies on YouTube on your TV set. We can go to home. Let's see, back again. And of course, so we have Store Google Play. So we can go to the Google Play Store and download stuff that we want. We have Chrome, so we can actually surf the internet. Our landlords actually have a similar system upstairs, and this is how they play their videos, and they do Netflix and surf the net. And do not want to sign in. Well, we have Chrome. We don't need to download Chrome. Well, it's actually going to make me... Okay, so, okay, got it. Well, it said it had Chrome there. Sign in Chrome modes. Trying to navigate to the OK got it thing. There's not a lot of features on this remote for this. So accept. Accept. Still wants me to download Chrome. Okay, so that part's not very friendly. Google Play Store. We have other settings here. So, basically what this box is, guys, is an Android tablet, or a Chromebook, basically, in many ways, but projecting to your TV set. That's basically what these devices are. Because you can see we got the Play Store, we got music, we got Media Center, that sort of thing. Go to the settings menu. What's it give us for settings? Just account, apps, device preferences, Droid settings, Bluetooth, so we can plug a keyboard into this and make our life a lot simpler. Screensaver, accessibility. So exactly what I said. It's basically it's an Android tablet that, you know, portable little box, go in your big screen TV, so you can watch your TV stuff like your Netflix, your YouTube, that sort of stuff. Do your Google Play Store, and probably play your video games on this too, because you're going to be able to put in a keyboard as well. I don't have a Bluetooth keyboard that I can hook up to this right now, so we'll have to bypass that part. storage area, internal shared storage. Now you can upgrade the storage too, which is what that small SD slot is for. I think it's 128 gig if I remember the advertisement right on it on the Amazon page. I think we can just go to 128, I think, in this thing. Not entirely sure on that. I'll have to reread the ad, but I will have the link, by the way, in the comment or in the video description for buying this, and it goes over a lot more specs in the main thing. The manual is not really covering very much, so the manual is very poorly done in my opinion. They need to go back to the manual and revise that for sure. Home. See, this says Chrome, so we should be able to just hit Chrome. It says welcome to Chrome. Okay, so yeah, we're going to accept that. And we don't want now. There we go. So I had to hit the down button. Alright, we're getting used to this remote. This is my first time actually using one, so I'm giving you my perspective of a first-time user, if this is really going to be frustrating or not and drive you nuts. Okay, so let's go to one of my favorite websites. Source. Now, can I navigate back up? Airgun. Oh, let's just finish it off. Airgun. SOUR. Nope, not D. Make a boo boo. Go over here. Back button. Alright, so go to our arrow there. I think running a keyboard on this thing would probably be your best bet instead of running the daylights out of the clicker. I mean, clickers eventually do wear out, right? So my advice, if you want the remote to last you the longest time, get a keyboard for this, and then you have to do very minimal stuff on the remote. This is taking a bit to load. Hello, come on, let's go. This page should load rather quick, but, you know, it does on my computer. Mind you, we're talking huge difference in systems. So, website. So, surfing, YouTube, Netflix, Google Play Store. Welcome to Android TV, folks. It's actually not that bad. I'm probably going to get a fair bit of use out of this because even we like to watch YouTube videos together sometimes. Just, you know, it'd be a lot less hassle on the big screen than sitting, you know, huddled side by side at the computer or whatever. And surfing the net would actually be kind of fun too on this thing. Having a much bigger screen. You know, I think our screens are like, what, 27-inch on our computers. And this is a 42-inch TV, so it's like, that's kind of cool. But nonetheless, I mean, surfing, it is definitely slower than my computer. Okay, this page would normally load up instantaneously, even with our slow internet connection. It would normally load up. So it's not super high performance. It does have a pretty good processor and stuff in it from the write-up on the website. But I like it. I think it's pretty good. And for the price, I mean, it's definitely worth it. You know, like you can hook in USB stuff and, you know, play back your other things that you want to do, or you can just, you know, do the whole internet experience, that sort of thing. You know, as far as the time zone thing goes, I couldn't find one for our time zone, which is kind of odd. considering this is sold in Canada and other places. But let's see what the middle button here on the remote does. So update Chrome. Oh, newer version is available. Okay, cool. So let's go and check that out. Oh, we got to sign into Google Play to do this. Great. So I'm going to have to open up a Google Play account just to update Chrome. So yeah, I'll do that another time. But for now, so we have Alice UX Lite Edition. I'm going to look that up. I'm not going to play stuff that might cause me a lot of bandwidth at this point. But we do have the Play Store, we have Netflix, we have Chrome, we have YouTube, and whatever other apps we download into this thing. I'm going to give it a little bit of playtime. Now, as far as I'm concerned right now, the price is really good. It's a nice tiny little compact box. You know, it's going to plug in. No problem. Like, this is not a 4K TV, and this thing apparently can do 4K, and yet it works fine, so that's not a problem. Just accessing stuff by the remote alone, you're definitely going to want to go into a separate keyboard, and of course they have Bluetooth access for the keyboard for this, and that's fine. That's not a big deal. Just got to snag one. And I don't know, I don't think we can use a mouse, I'm not sure, but definitely keyboard access. Rotating through the buttons is not a big deal. It does have its own extra volume control, so the box has its own output as well, so you can crank that to the hilt, and then, you know, we run our TV into our stereo, so whatever our TV volume is at, it pushes into our stereo, and then our stereo puts out like 600 watts of horsepower through some big, huge 15-inch speakers we have in the house. Really thump power, you know, and so you can definitely have a lot of fun experience with this. The time zone thing has got me a little, yeah, I don't know. I mean, who cares about setting the time? You know, we all have clocks, although there is one on the front of this. We'll have to figure out how to set that up manually. But I like it. As far as the whole thing goes at this point of the game, I mean, I knew for the Play Store I'd have to have my own Play Store account. That's kind of a no-brainer. You're going to need your own account. You can't nitpick it for that. The manual for this thing does kind of suck, so it's going to lose a little bit for that. The manual needs to be a lot more clear, because as we saw at the beginning, I'm checking through the manual and it says, oh, it has this, and the box doesn't line up with what's in the manual completely. So it's like, you know, and we found 2 USB ports and a mini SD port, SD reader port, where they show a USB port and a regular sized SD card port, and it's kind of like, somebody needs to update this manual, you know, because it's kind of, it'll throw you off. So it's got to lose some for that. So price point wise though, currently on Amazon, it's actually selling for about 70 bucks Canadian, which is actually a pretty good price for what you're getting. Okay, because you can't go out and buy an Android tablet for 70 bucks and hook it straight to your TV. At least this thing, it goes right to your TV, you know. So that's bonus. Navigating with the remote is not that bad. It's actually fairly decent, I think. You know, it takes a little bit to get the hang of it. But once you do, you're golden on that one. What else? Well, I think it's going to require an update review. Okay, so this will not be a review to end all reviews on this box. I need more time with it. I need to hook a keyboard to it. I got to open up a Play Store account. I want to see what kind of things we can download. Can we actually play video games on this thing? That sort of stuff. So there will be an update review, so do not take this as a final score. But considering the manual is really screwy, and there's things that it's just not really covering, let me just go grab the manual here. Like, the box tells us how much memory we have, and it tells us how much storage space we have. simple to set up. Well, somewhat. But yeah, it doesn't even tell us what the ports are actually for. I mean, well, it says Ethernet, HDMI. That's obvious. Power supply is obvious. They say AV. The box says different for that port. There should be an optical port, which it doesn't have. It's only showing one USB port. We have two. It has a TF card reader port that it says, which TF, that's not the same as micro SD, is it? I'm not up on my ports that well. I know regular SD and I know micro SD. Well, it looks like the icon here is actually, well, TF, I guess that would be micro SD. TF port. Either way, the port on the box for AV, that'd be like RCA jack hookup, and they don't give you the cable for that. You have to buy that cable separately, and it's just a your typical red, white, and yellow cable for RCA connections to a stereo 1/8" mini jack on the other end. That's all it is. You can buy those things anywhere, but they do give you the HDMI cable, which we didn't use, but we could have. It's just, it was less hassle for me to just unplug my DVD player and plug in that way. But yeah, it doesn't even tell you what those USB ports are actually for. So we're going to have to take our best guess, I guess.
TF is trans flash card.
Trans flash. So that's like a, well, trans flash, that's standard SD card is what that is. Transflash is standard SD, and then you have micro SD. Well, this thing does not have a transflash port. It has a micro SD port. Again, the manual is, it's a bad manual, and the fact that they don't even tell us what the USB port, or in this case ports, are for. We have two of them. It doesn't tell us, you know, in the manual, so that's kind of sucky. So I don't know. Could we? You know what? I wonder if the USB port would accept keyboard input instead of Bluetooth. Instant for you guys. All right, guys. So turns out TF is universal for either size. Anyways, I've got a micro SD card here. It's an 8 gig. We're gonna plug that in the side and see if that's for extra storage, or if it's just, who knows. So it goes in upside down, so with the prongs facing up, or the gold fingers. So we got that installed. I've got a keyboard hooked up. And where did I throw the remote for this thing now? Oh, it's on the table. Can you pass me the remote, please? Alright, so let's go into here. TV center. Oh, what's the TV center do? Oh, that's just this. Alright, so let's go into Chrome. So up and down arrows. Alright, so the side USB will run the keyboard. Now, the question is, how do we navigate up to the menu? Okay, search. Hit you. Yeah, okay. Okay, so we can't scroll down the list conventionally. So I hit the back key, and I hit enter, and it puts in a W. Okay, obviously that port is not going to work properly. Let's try the other port. Should be able to hit enter, There we go. So we hit the enter key on the number pad. We were fine. So I just plugged in a wired keyboard. So if you hit the return button on the remote, so if you hit this button here, it gets us back to here. So let's go. Try the regular normal return button. Nope. Normal return now gives us a Q. So if we hit the enter button on the number pad, it goes to the website. Site can't be reached. Reload. Okay, so dlairgun.com. Nope, can't do that. Enter key. So you have to use the enter key on the number pad on your keyboard. And it does build up a favorite list, which is nice, because then you can just go one click over. So this is like taking forever to load. Oh, there we go. We're finally there. Alright. So we can scroll with the remote. And scroll with the keyboard. So it's not 100% keyboard friendly with the plug-in USB keyboard. So it's probably going to need a Bluetooth keyboard to do anything practical. So, next test, mouse. Be right back. Alright guys, now we're cooking with bacon and eggs. So we've got mouse support, which is great, because now I can do this stuff. Now, YouTube.com, enter key on the far part of the keyboard. I don't know why it prints a character when you hit the normal return on a keyboard. Unless it just doesn't like this particular wired keyboard. But I'll have to do some further testing with Bluetooth. So, now that we have access to this, YouTube search. Use RC and music. Use the mouse. Click there. Kablammy. Alright, now we're rocking, princess. Okay, so now we want to go back. I'll update Chrome later. Bug off. Home. Alright, I need the settings area because I put in that card. Preferences, device, storage, total space 8 gig. So internal shared is 64 gig. Erase and format is device storage. This requires the USB drive to be formatted and make it secure. Yeah. Okay, so keyboard manual. Jeez. Okay, so you definitely have to use the keyboard. You can't use your mouse to select that. So we'll format that drive. Alright, so our micro SD port on this box is extra drive storage space. So then we just got to set our preferences where we want our storage to mainly go. And this way we don't overfill the 64 gig. 64 should be lots, so for quite a while. This is an Android box, so programs are generally small. So it is formatting my little card there. Alright, so we know we can put a wired keyboard on here once we learned that we can't use the normal enter key on the keyboard. You have to use the number pad enter key to enter your find. We do have mouse control. So right now both USB ports are active for that. And we can probably just import stuff too with a regular USB stick. Move data to SD card. No. Move later. Home. Thank you. And there's our main apps they give us all together. App Installer, Chrome, File Browser, Gallery Media Center, Microcast, TV Center, Settings, Play Store, Netflix, Music, Movie Player. So yeah, Movie Player, you'll be able to play movies right off of a regular card. Alright. And of course, update. I wonder if there is an update. Auto check. Online. Now is the latest version. Okay, so we are fully up to date, I guess. Okay, no big. Now let's see what happens when we hit Movie Player. There we go. So you're going to need a USB port free to put in your own USB stick and with your own movies on it. So if you've taken movies that are now like MPEG-4, like a full 2-hour movie, right? You can get a lot of movies like even on a 64 gig stick. Kind of like we can back up our PVR from our Shaw satellite receiver, and then we can import them right into this device and have our backups played off of a stick, which would be kind of cool. So I think we might actually do that, because we need to back that thing up anyhow. So we'll be able to do it that way. So you can play movies off of a stick. Alright, so now that we've gone through all this fun, guys, and we've learned quite a bit about this thing, none of this that I've shown you is actually covered in the manual. Believe it or not. I kid you not. They don't tell you, like, what are these ports for exactly in the manual. Other than, of course, the AV port, which is an SPDIF port, or whatever we called it there, IR. It doesn't have an optical port like the manual says, etc. The manual is screwy. They gotta fix the manual. That is very confusing for people, because it kind of confused me looking at the box, looking at the manual, and it's like, huh? And they show a full TF size port, which, TF, I mean, okay, SD, micro SD, that's how I know these things. But TF reader, it covers both. Alright, now we're settled on that one. The Wi-Fi part is nice, because now I don't have to string an Ethernet cable from my router all the way over. Alright, so that's nice to have. Knowing that this is a Google device, it's an Android device, you automatically have to have an email address and set up a Google Play Store account, which I will have to do, because apparently there's an update for Chrome. Chrome's out of date, so we're going to have to definitely upgrade that for security. It does have the newest Android on it, so we don't have to worry about updating that. Whether or not it's going to accept future updates for Android OS, do not know. No way of knowing that. Okay. Getting through the menu is not that bad once you get the hang of the clicker, but once you put a keyboard on it, things are actually a lot nicer. I may just run my extension cable and just run this keyboard instead of bothering with a Bluetooth one. Haven't quite decided on that one yet. I may just get a Bluetooth keyboard for it. We'll see. But otherwise, yeah, it's not bad. It's a decent little device. You know, it's probably, as far as speed-wise go, it's probably equivalent. Actually, it's probably a little bit faster, actually, than my my netbook that I have. So, you know, which is not bad. That's not too shabby for speed, you know. And we're basically playing movies on it. We're going to be able to more than likely play video games on this thing that you can download from the Play Store. Among other programs, you'll be able to do a lot of stuff. So that won't be a big deal. One other thing I wanted to check in this thing before we get out of here. Settings. I wonder if we have printer access. Language, keyboard, autofill, Android keyboard. Ah! Current keyboard is Android. Manage keyboards. Let's see if we can switch that. Available virtual keyboard. Oh, that's virtual. Current keyboard. Current autofill service, none. Google settings. Physical keyboard. Light on technology. Well, no, it's Acer, but okay. Show virtual keyboard, keep it on screen while physical keyboard is active. No. Okay, we'll have to play around with that, so we should be able to mess around with that a little bit at least. So, one more back. Sound. Storage. What do we get for sound options? Select formats. Who cares? Don't need to worry about that. Screensaver, location. So it's looking like no printer access. Droid settings. Bluetooth right now is off. Add the new network. So you won't be able to go with a wireless printer with this thing, or probably any printer. Didn't surprise me. I wasn't counting on it anyways. I was just kind of curious. So, and I'll have to set up an account after. Alright. We know what we've already said for bad points about this thing, right? Things don't match with the manual. Manual is really screwy. It's not that bad to navigate. It's I've never run one of these things before in my life, guys, which is great because then this way I can't say, oh, it's the greatest thing on earth, because, you know, I mean, it's not the greatest thing on earth. It is neat. It is cool. It is definitely exactly as I said. It's basically an Android tablet, but in a little box that goes right to your big screen on your TV, and it does all the same sort of things. And of course you get access to a mouse and keyboard, which is kind of awesome that you get both. Makes it so much easier to navigate stuff than trying to mess around with the remote all the time. There will, like I said, be still a future update on this thing for a update review, because I do want to find out everything this thing can pull off. But for now, I will say that this thing gets, I gotta say, 3 3/4. And I would still say it's a great buy because the price is great. I will still have to figure out time zone, if there's some time zone in there I can mess with, or a way to manually set the clock at least, because the clock is what's up front in front of us on the display there. And right now it says it's 9:39, and it is not even close to that. Navigating is very quick response times, which is good. It does have some great endearing points to it. Honestly, it really does. You know, because like I said, you can't go out and buy an Android tablet for $70 that'll go right to your screen on your TV and do all this stuff, and hook up a keyboard and a mouse, and actually be as fast, because this is definitely going to be a lot faster than an Android tablet. You know, I mean, it does have 4 gigs of RAM in it. It's got 64 gigs of storage space, plus it has that slot to upgrade further. I only had an 8 gig card to throw in it, so I don't really care. I'll never use the 64 gigs worth internal anyways. I have a netbook with 64 gigs, and I'm not even anywhere near half full on it because of what I use it for. For what I'd be using this thing for, I think I'll be fine with the 64, at least for a long, long time. But I would say still buy it, but just keep in mind the manual is screwy. They are going to have to fix the manual. That is horrible. That is probably the most pathetic, horrifying manual I have ever come across for a device yet. And I've had some pretty bad ones, but this one definitely takes the cake because they don't even get into telling you, oh, this is what the USB ports are for. I guinea pigged and I took a chance at plugging stuff in just to see what would happen, plugging stuff into the USB ports. And we were okay. You know, we can definitely go keyboard, we can definitely go mouse. Right now I have both ports in use, so I can't use anything to put any videos on, other than I could put videos manually. Actually, no, I couldn't, because that's a different format routine for Android. So I'm going to have to actually disconnect either the keyboard or the mouse, and I can put my videos that I want to watch that are actual movies onto a USB stick and then plug the stick in and watch them off there. So I'm going to have to get a Bluetooth keyboard at least for this thing so I can keep that one port free. But that's where we're at. So clear up the manual. That'll be huge. Add more to the manual of what everything really does. Don't assume people know that you can just plug a USB keyboard or a USB mouse into those USB ports. You know, you can't go by the assumption that everybody knows this, because they don't. You know, this is not a computer technically, so, you know, and like I said, I took my chances. The fact that you have Wi-Fi is nice. The fact that you have an Ethernet access is nice. Because Ethernet is supposed to be faster than Wi-Fi, though it's not always the case. We've discovered that on our own. But all in all, it's good. Nice little size too. It's been plugged in for a while. It's basically just a little bit warm to the touch, so it's not, you know, getting like blistering hot or anything. It has lots of ventilation, so that's good. You know, very lightweight. You know, tucks away. You can hide it out of the way pretty easily. Yeah, so that's where we're at. Now, like I said, there will be an update review. I don't think it's going to score much better, but we'll have to see. Stay tuned for that, though. That's going to be a little ways down the way, because I got a lot of work ahead of me to do to load this thing up with programs and see what it can really do, how it really does work in the end. With other programs and stuff from the Google Store and so on and so on. So anyway, thank you to TaNix for sending me this to check out, and thank you guys also for your patience through this entire long video. It would have been nice to do it in, you know, maybe 2 or 3 parts, but you'd never find the other parts, so one video it is. Stay tuned for the update review as well. That will be coming down the chain, so if you are subscribed, you will know. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel and smash that bell for notifications, so that if you're interested in the update review down the road, you will be able to get access to that as well as all my other videos that I upload. So until next time, thank you, and we'll catch you guys later. Ciao.